watch me.
All right, Bonneville Salt Flats. The lady said that I can only stay on this marked road. I can't drive off anything else. Wow, this is dope. That's crazy. Hopefully this is exposed right. There's so much sun and so much
Just watch me.
All right, back at Bonneville Salt Flats. It's Friday, so there's people out here setting up for races and stuff like that. It rained all yesterday. So the salt out here is really, really mushy right now because it rained all yesterday. And I didn't make it out here yesterday. The shot you saw earlier was me actually changing clothes to get that shot. So we out here, but it's crazy. I'm not gonna taste the salt. Definitely not gonna taste the salt. This stuff gets on everything. You body your shoes. I've seen it in the hotels. I've seen it in everything. Check this out. We out here. Hopefully I'm framing that right, but if you look down the way, everybody's setting up, I guess, because we out here for Speed Week, checking out everything. This is my first time out here on the Salt Flats, and it's nuts. It's expansive. Like you can't see far enough, so it's kind of crazy. Just out here real quickly, just checking it out. I drove out here on a whim, and yeah, Utah. It's right on the border of Utah and Nevada, actually. So a quick tidbit, I did look this up. Land speed record out here is, I'll put a picture up in the thing. It's 482 miles an hour by this like long bullet looking race car. I read that it also went 503 miles an hour. Skirt! Hold up. That record right there needs a little bit of context. So when I looked up this information while I was out there in the Bonneville Salt Flats, standing on the salt, I looked up land speed record and it said 482 miles per hour by wheel-driven car. So the actual fastest land speed record was made back in 1997 by a car called the Thrust SCC. It went 763.05 miles per hour by what they call thrust. So a little bit of explanation. When they say 482 miles an hour by wheel-driven vehicle, that means they actually put the power to the wheels to go that fast. For the Thrust SCC vehicle, 763, am I correct? 763 miles per hour is by thrust, meaning it's like a jet engine, so the wheels just turn. It doesn't actually go by drive. Does that make sense? They're not actually driving the wheels. It needed a little bit of explanation. I actually didn't get to see any of the Bonneville Salt Flat races. The day I got out there, it was super rainy, so I didn't make it out to the Salt Flats, and then I made it out. But they postponed the races because it was salty and wet everywhere. So I didn't actually get to stay out there and watch any of the races, and it was Friday. By Saturday, Sunday, Monday, when they actually started the race, because it was Speed Week, I'm sure it was packed with all the T-buckets, the motorcycles, and the rocket cars, and all those things that were actually competing. I didn't get to see it myself. There's a really cool documentary that I also watched in all of this research. I'll put a link up in the description right here. It's actually really cool if you're into motorsports and stuff like that. But the Bonneville Salt Flats.
I won't make it easy for you now.
Shortly after that, but it wasn't an official record because it's supposed to be average between 2 runs. I don't know if you can hear me with cars driving by. I hope so.
Just watch me.
So 5:03, fastest recorded but not world record time out here on the Bonneville Salt Flats. Just took a light walk around. There's not a whole lot out here. I mean, it's expansive, but people are getting ready for the Speed Week races tomorrow. I don't know exactly what races are going on, but it's something, because there's a lot of people out here. There's a lot of old T-buckets, vintage cars, and a million trucks with trailers, obviously. I haven't actually seen like one of the long jet bullet-looking race cars that they might race out here during that. But this place is about 12 miles long and about 5 miles wide. I looked it up. So they said it was about 46 square miles of salt. It's like salt just everywhere. Flat salt.
It's all about you. It's all about you. It's all about you.
Salt flats. Wow, lots of salt. Salt all over the car. Salt on the floor mats. I mean, you gotta get the car washed now because salt is corrosive and it'll mess up the underside of your car. I mean, whatever. Just wash it off. If I came out here in a different vehicle, I would have drove like further out and all that, and and I want to get around and see some other stuff. So, let's go.
Doesn't matter if you make mistakes, which I can promise that we do. Just hold my hand and we will be okay. Yeah, it's true. 'Cause we got all the time in the world. For better or worse, we should stay together. So let's stay young and in love. We should focus on us forever. Yeah, baby, if you.
So that is called the Great Saltaire, I think. So took a drive out to the Great Salt Lake. It's crazy because now I'm standing in the lake, but the lake's way out there. Reminds me of Lake Mead, which is constantly evaporating. There's just I don't even know how to explain it. Like this is just mud. It's not actually. Oh, actually, there is salt here. There is salt. All right, so it's a good, from where I parked and then walking on this dirt dry bed or whatever it's called. It's a good maybe a quarter mile, a little over a quarter mile walk to. I'm not even there yet, but I wonder how long it takes for that to evaporate this distance to where the lake bed actually starts. Dry lake bed is getting wetter, meaning that the water actually comes out to here. As you get closer to the water, it grows progressively smellier and smellier. It's ugh, bleh, ugh. I don't know anybody that would want to have dinner sitting out here in this stink. Look at all those bugs. Insects? Insects. Can you see that?
We could run away across the ocean. Baby, what you say? We can leave today. Anywhere we'll go, we'll
Okay,
be.
walked out to almost by the water. It stinks out here, so we're not staying. But I don't know why anybody would want to sit there and eat next to the stench. So we on our way back.
'Cause we got all the time in the world. For better or worse, we should stay together. So let's stay young and in love. We should focus on us forever. Yeah, baby, if you are feeling like I do, we could run away.
Little town of West Wendover, Nevada, right on the border. Speed Week this week. I had no idea. I'm on the edge of town right now, and I play at the Nugget. That's why I'm out here. It's not the same Nugget as Las Vegas. It's not the Golden Nugget. I guess back in the day, the nugget was because of the gold rush. That's why everything is like a nugget.
You